Guys, the Red Sun has returned, and just before we start getting into everything, yes, it's going to be like 3 days of uploading, and then a 4 day break, then three in a row, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Because it's a little weird, I know, but I do have to work. Everybody has a job. I'm not exactly super famous where I can make my living off this or anything, but I get by. That being said, today's talk is Elfen Lied. God damn, this was a special one for me. Now I know I say that, and I just kind of like, this one is a special one, but it's not all that great. The ending's trash. Well, let's go ahead and put this up here. Here, I I don't know what to put this one, because currently I am reading the manga, not in the digital way. I fucking bought the books. I can see them right now. Oh, they're staring at me from my little bookshelf. Now, I should probably be reading the digital versions of it, because that's cheap as shit. But I'm stupid, so I don't. But I will give this one some credit. This was like, you ever watch you remember when you were a kid and you started watching anime and then out of nowhere you just like found one that had a certain level of like swearing in it that you just weren't expecting? Like out of nowhere it just popped up. They drop an F-bomb and you're so like out of it and you're like, what the fuck was that? I can say fuck, but I didn't know the cartoons could say fuck. Personally, this and Hellsing Ultimate were very much in the same room together. Like when I heard them say fuck, I was so like drawn out of it. I'm like, what was that? What was that? Contrary to what some people have, I don't really know the consensus when it comes to this show, but I really liked it. I really, really like this show. I absolutely adore this. The opening was incredible. The first episode draws you in immediately. Currently, there's only one gripe that I have with this show, and it's pretty much, if any of you have seen the show, once the first episode like gets through with the whole badass opening, if you've seen this, think of that one scene in what is it? Stranger Things, when Elle is leaving the room and fucking people up with her telekinesis. It's that. That is the entire thing. It is so cool. Well, that's what she is. That's what Lucy, the main character, the girl on the screen, who is just... Fair warning, if you haven't seen this and you decide to start watching it, there's a lot of, like, unnecessary nudity. It is weird. It's one of those shows that you, like, when you're a kid, you can't watch it. When your parents show up, it's a little strange. Oh, shit, I forgot to say. Merry motherfucking Christmas! Because this is coming out on Christmas Day. Okay, back to the... that was a little weird takeaway. But personally, there's so much about this that I like. I like the concept. I like Lucy as a character. I like the way her backstory goes. I think she's a good character. I think a lot of the stuff that's in this is really cool. The way that it's animated is awesome. The opening is just so memorable. It's one of those ones that when you hear it, you're like, that's awesome. But it's one of those ones that like, yeah, that was awesome. But you don't like seek it out to put it on like a Spotify list or anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it my ranking right now, and then we can get into further things about it. Select, I say this is a very good. This is very good. I have completed it. Now, the reason I'm not giving it a 9 at it, I think the reason it loses 2 points is, number one, it did not get a second season. Currently, where I'm at in the manga, there are 4 omnibuses that were printed, and this got literally halfway through. Right where the second book ends is where this ends. It was half a story. It had so much more to give, but they just decided to not give it. There was no satisfying ending. And the only other thing I can say about it that would take away that other point is, I don't, the guy in the show is so, like, bland and annoying. I just don't like him. I don't like him. He is, God. He's like that uninteresting harem protagonist who, like, doesn't have a personality. You just kind of being thrown into this. It's like, imagine if there was one guy. Imagine if Stranger Things had one guy, and that guy was just. He looked like if you licked him, it would taste like milk. It would just no like full flavor. It would just be like, oh, that didn't create any emotions in me whatsoever. Every other character is at least a little bit more interesting. But goddamn, that guy is just he is annoyingly bland. He looks like if you asked him what his favorite food would be, he'd say wheat. Not wheat bread. He'd go out into a field and just, no flavor. Just my favorite. There's so much potential in this, and I really need to finish reading the manga. I have not finished it yet. I have finished the anime, and god damn, it deserves my time, but I am scatterbrained and stupid, so I usually don't do it. That being said, I'm still sticking with the 8. The goods in this show are the highs in this show are so goddamn high. But, like, the 2 lows are just annoying. I know some people would say, like, oh, the main character could be like, if the main character sucks, then how come that doesn't, like, lower it anymore? Because I'm more focused on Lucy. She's so goddamn cool. Not like, oh, you see her tits all the time, you see the hair, the little cat ears, she's a badass. No, she's cool. I don't care if she's hot. She's fucking cool. It's just, why? But that white bread ass motherfucker, does it say his name? Say his name? Kota. Kota, fuck you, Kota. You are annoyingly bland. I don't like you. There are harems out there, there are harem animes out there that have actual interesting protagonists. There are like 3 girls in this. One of them is her. The other 2 is like his cousin and a homeless child they found. All of them have got my sympathy except for him. You know what? I'm going to call this an early video, just because I don't want to sit here and just piss myself off by not liking that guy. But damn, I do love this show. I highly recommend it. I don't recommend it to squeamish people, and I don't recommend it to people who are, let's say, against violence. There's a lot of it. Like I said, this was what Stranger Things was based on, if you didn't know. So, like, the more you know. It's amazing. I would recommend it. Just power through that white bread ass motherfucker, and you'll get through it. So, until next time, I have been the Red Sun, and I'm going to set for today. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Make sure your hands are clean, or I will cut them motherfuckers off. Have a nice day. Red Sun, setting for the day. Bye, guys.